Okay, so I got my coffee. Now I've been observing people. Some of the kinds of people I've seen. I've seen a fair number of dad husbands. And what I mean by that is men who are sort of planted into a couch or a seating area, kind of with a look that they intend to stay put because they're waiting, with a look of waiting, rather. Lots of families with kids, some in the amusement park, some, wandering, doing maybe some errands. Lots of teens and tourists. Tourists are the people who are wanting to have their picture taken in all kinds of things, places, in front of all kinds of attractions. Some very kind of like purposeful shopper types who are here specifically for a particular thing. And then some of what in the South we would call piddlers. Piddlers are just piddling. So they're just hanging out. Maybe they just came to walk around the mall, get some exercise, just piddling. One of the things that I've always enjoyed about the mall is that it highlights kind of a feature of my experience, I guess, which is that I'm very much an observer of people and things. And one of the things that really interests me is the concept of place as expression of meaning, of social value, of, kind of semantics, I guess, is really what you would think of. The things that places say about the people who inhabit them. One of the things I was thinking of as I was doing this project is that actually the mall is really important to this geographic region. It contributes about $10 billion to the economy every year. But even just beyond that, it's important in the sense that for about 4 to 5 months out of the year, you really can't go outside because it's so incredibly cold. And because of our latitude, it's also rather dark. So the mall has, because of all the skylights, has a lot of natural light, so to speak. So it's a good place to come and be in a space that's bright and warm. And then additionally, it provides a lot of entertainment options for families during the winter months when it's not, there literally are times when it's probably too cold to play outside. So having an indoor space to play is definitely something of value. However, one of the things that's interesting to me about this space is it has everything. I mean, you could bank here, you could eat here. Cray Research has a office tower here. You could work here in some capacity. But this is not, even though in some ways perhaps it is designed to replicate the town square, it is not the town square. And what I mean by that is that you do not have the same freedoms in this space that you would have in a public space. It's not public, it's private. So for instance, there is a curfew for youth that was put in place a couple of years ago. If you are 16 or under You cannot be here after, I believe it's pretty early on Fridays and Saturdays, and then certain holidays. You can't be here without your parents. You could be here with your parents, but just like this is not a drop-off site for teenagers. Additionally, several years ago, at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement in Minnesota, there was a large protest during the Christmas shopping season. I want to even say maybe it was on Black Friday, and I mean, organizers had organized for people to gather in in the rotunda and just sing like a song together is what it was. They were told to disperse right away. The Bloomington police, which is the city that this is located in, Bloomington, Minnesota, have their own headquarters here, as well as the mall has private security. So they were told to disband. Those who did not disband were arrested and charged with trespass, with misdemeanor trespass, and fined and detained for a rather long period of time, within one day. So that was a really good lesson in the ways in which perhaps real, genuine public spaces are falling away in favor of this kind of faux public sphere that's really actually not public at all.